Hi, everybody. Jean Humbrecht with Humbrecht Law, criminal and traffic defense attorney in Manassas, Virginia. Thank you for tuning into my semi-weekly local business spotlight. Today, I am joined by a very special guest who I'm also going to see on Friday, Miss Catherine Basic from In the Moment Photo Booth. And I'm very excited because I have to plug myself. Sorry, Catherine. I'm having my 10-year law firm anniversary party this Friday, 4 p.m. in Sinistrel, and Catherine is actually going to be providing the photo booth. So, In the Moment Photo Booth is a cutting edge service designed to capture the spontaneity and joy of your event. Their digital photo booth is equipped with the latest technology to ensure high quality photos and a seamless user experience. Whether it's a wedding, corporate event, or birthday party, the photo booth will be a highlight, providing entertainment and cherished memories for your guests. So, Catherine, at this point, I'm going to turn it over to you to tell everybody a little bit about yourself and whatever you want to say about your business. And I'm going to share the video and then we'll just go into our conversation.
All right, sounds great. Well, whoa, as I knock over my phone. There we go. That's a good way to start. I'm really that clumsy. The photo booth idea came to me over a matter of months. I love photography. I can kind of show off one of my pictures up there from Ireland. I don't know how well it's seen.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah, I love photography, and it was a wonderful hobby. I tried to make a business out of it, and it stopped being fun. So I was like, okay, I know I don't want to be a regular photography in a business, but what I loved about it was being in that moment with the people I was working with and taking the pictures and having the fun. And I was like, all right, so just a regular photography. No, not quite. And I started looking into photo booths. I started seeing them pop up on TikTok more. And I was like, well, this looks interesting. So I did research for a couple of months and I really liked it because it's right there. It is capturing just the happiness and the silliness and the craziness raw. And the pictures go straight out to you. You don't have to wait for them to come back or anything like that. You are literally in that moment, and that moment is immediately sent to you. And to me, that's really fun. I love seeing people be happy and just excited and being silly, and it gives me a chance to meet people and just get to know different personalities and just have fun. And that's really what it is about for me, is being able to make people laugh, being able to create those memories, share those memories, and have those memories for years to come. And to me, that's really important. And I feel like photography in any way, whether it's with your regular DSLR or with a photo booth, is an important part of our lives, and it saves those wonderful moments that we want to remember. So that's really what got me into it.
So when you say that it's sent to you, because I've seen your photo booth and had pictures taken at the photo booth before. Can you explain to everybody what you mean by it's sent to you immediately? How is it sent to them? How do they access their pictures?
So I call it's a eco-friendly digital photo booth. So once they take the pictures, and it'll come up on the screen in whatever template we have set up, and that can be customized to your event. They have an option to either email, text, QR code, or airdrop that picture immediately to themselves. So they take the pictures, they do silliness, they go back up to the screen, they choose how they want it sent to them, and then they put in their information, or they scan the QR code, or they drop it. All of those options are available. And so then they get, as long as the Wi-Fi is good, and they get it immediately. If for some reason the Wi-Fi is not so great, it's a little bit glitchy, as soon as I get that iPad back on a working Wi-Fi, a strong Wi-Fi, everything goes out. But I've not really had to have that problem so far. Every place that I've done an event has had decent Wi-Fi, so you get those pictures within a few minutes at the most, usually.
Okay. And are they all stored in some kind of central location so the event host can like see all the pictures that they didn't get to participate in?
Right. Yeah. And this is what I love for weddings. If they don't, even if the bride and groom or the person who's having the event doesn't choose the live gallery, which means everybody can see the pictures, they have access to that live gallery immediately. So let's say the bride and groom are like, no, we don't want the live gallery, but we want the gallery. So the most thing I have to do is, at the end of the day, I literally just email them a link, and they have every picture that was taken. But the most popular is the live gallery, because at that point, you really only have to enter in your information once. Once you have one image sent to you and you have access to the live gallery, you click on the link for that image, and then it takes you to a page. You scroll down and it says, more images. You can click on there and you can see every image taken. And so you have digital access to all the photos as they come. So let's say someone takes a picture at the beginning of the night and just theirs is up. They come back in the middle, theirs is up, plus the ones they took earlier. They come back at the end, take another one. Immediately, they have everything available to them.
Okay. So I am trying to pull up your Instagram so that I can show people some pictures, but my internet is being really slow. Come on. Clicking on posts. Okay. So Catherine, maybe you can help me. I'm trying to find what you showed me the other day that yours truly is featured in.
Right. Oh, that was on the website. You're on my website.
Oh, okay.
In the
All
gallery.
Right.
Yes. That's my gallery. So www.itmpb.com. So that stands for In the Moment Photo Booth.
Okay.
And yes, you're featured in my gallery.
In the Moment Photo Booth. So itmpb.com. All right, let's see.
Yeah, and that'll be under galleries.
Galleries.
So you get an opportunity when I always try to put a few pictures up from each event. And so it shows you the backgrounds that I'm using, the templates, the different kind of templates, the customization I was using. So you can have it really simple, no customization, all the way up to full customization, which is really great for businesses like yours, where you're advertising. Every time somebody shares the picture from the event, you're advertising, you're getting your name out there. And so that's the real fun with with doing the full customization.
I am trying to share my screen and it is not working. What'd I do?
I don't know.
I am trying to share my screen so that I can show everybody the gallery. Do you see an option on your end, Catherine, to share screen?
Here. This is me. Chat more. Let me see. No, I don't see a share. I'm also on my cell phone right now too, so that might be taking out some of the things.
Present. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Found it.
Okay.
All right. So gallery. So y'all, I'm sharing the gallery from In the Moment Photo Booth. Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see that.
Can you see it?
Yep.
All right. So I'm going back to the page so you guys can see. These are all the different options you can do. I mean, you literally can do so many things.
There's green screen too, like that one right there with the luau. That's green screen. Above the luau, those are all green screen pictures. So the background was lime green, and then I created, or the client created, whatever background they wanted. And here is Miss Jean.
Next to Nikki Foster from Front Royal Chamber of Commerce, but under the after hours at Turning Leaf Realty Group. I'm giving everybody a shout out today. You see me in my sunglasses with Sarah Kujowski. And that is similar to what we're going to have on Friday, right, Catherine?
Yeah, so that's actually the layup we're going to have for Friday. Obviously, it'll be customized to you. And we can even have those digital props as well, like the glasses that you see and the little hair wreath. Those are digital props. Those are not actually ones that you have to put on physically there. You can choose to have them on your face.
I forgot that they were digital props, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, look how ridiculous I am.
But that's half the fun. You get into it.
But look at all these photos. I mean, it just shows you so many different, so you can do like the traditional strip type layout, like photo booths in the mall. You can do the black and white. You can see there's at the exact same event, my picture is black and white, but Nikki's picture was in color. So there's all these different options.
Yeah, we have lots of options that we can put in through your package. We have all the packages up on our website. Schools and churches get an automatic 10% discount. That was fun. That was the bridal wars. That was a crazy day. So normally with the photo booth, you can't shove that many people.
Yeah. How did they all get in there?
They worked at it. There was one lady, I don't know how she got her whole group in there, but I was duly impressed. The only problem with that is because where the focal point is set, because it's set for a small group of people, the people in the back are a little bit blurry in that one. And they're like, we don't care. We just want everybody in here. And I said, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
It
But
looked blurry to me. Like it's still cute.
oh, good. That's good. And then I love it because the Great Gatsby themed one, I'm pointing at my phone like you can actually see me.
I'm looking at what you're talking about, so I'm sure everybody can follow along with it.
The Great Gatsby thing is that was my first event, and I learned so much that night, and I had so much fun there. It was an absolute blast, and that is what kind of told me, yep, you're moving in the right track for yourself. This is something that you love doing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that night was just confirmation that I was doing. Yeah.
So you did photography before, and then you just decided the traditional photography wasn't for you, and then you came upon the photo booths.
Correct. Yeah, I love photography as a hobby, and I had lots of friends saying you really need to get into this professionally, and I did give it a try, but it was not fun anymore. It was all the fun was taken out of it for me. And when I've learned my passions, it will stay fun if it's the right fit for me. Mm-hmm. And so like my career that I had previously with blind rehab, and unfortunately health made it so I couldn't do that anymore. I was so passionate about that. So when I felt that same kind of passion with the photo booth and the business with the photo booth, I was just really super excited. I gotta stop talking with my hands because I keep knocking over my tripod.
I do that too. People think I'm from New York because I talk with my hands.
I don't know. I don't have the Italian. I don't have anything that makes people talk unless the Czech people talk with their hands. I don't know.
I don't know, but like you're talking about Gatsby, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm pointing like anybody can see what I'm pointing.
Right.
At.
I started finding myself doing that. Like, oh look, right there.
Oh, but I did scroll so that they could hopefully see what we were here. I'm going to share the screen again, so just so we can keep that up there.
Yeah. So and that's what I love about it. I felt that same kind of drive and passion that I had working in blind rehab, which I still wish and hope that someday I can get back to. But you need a drive and passion and a level of energy that most people don't understand to do that job. And unfortunately, right now, and I'm only going to say right now because you never know where life is going to lead you. 10 years ago, I never saw myself as a photo booth owner. So you never know where life is going to lead you. And that's another reason why I like pictures, because you're looking back and you're seeing in these images that come up on your phone or on Facebook or wherever you happen to have them, and you see how you evolve in your life. And that's really kind of fun to watch. It's like, wow, 10 years ago I was doing this, and then oh, we had this photo booth at this event, and oh my gosh, I remember this happened to me, and I met this person there, and my life changed this way. And that's the really cool thing I love about pictures is, and especially with this photo booth, is you can just go back through time and watch how you have evolved and become the person that you are. And that's the really cool thing about photography. That's one of the things I love about it.
Yeah, I didn't think about it that way, but that's true. A memory popped up on Facebook from, oh my God, I'm so old that I don't remember what year I went to college. It popped up from college. It was my friend's birthday, and I was like, oh my God, is that me? I went tanning. My hair was blonde. It didn't look like, I was like, oh my God, wow. It's a good thing that this is not anywhere accessible. It just popped up in my memories.
Well, and the funny thing is I have to laugh because my face doesn't change. I somehow got the baby face of all baby faces. Nobody actually guesses my age. I have no problem saying what my age is. I think it's hilarious for people to try to guess my age because they don't even come close. So for me, I look at the pictures and face is the same. Face is the same. Oh yeah, I was bald there. That was during chemo. Okay, we're back to face is the same. Face is the same. But for me, I look at, okay, what is this picture from? Oh my gosh, I remember that. Or, oh wow, was it really that long ago? No way, that kid that I'm carrying is now in college. What happened? And it's just amazing how photos just take you back.
Yeah.
And put you back in that moment. So a friend of mine actually came up with the name for my photo booth, and I think she nailed it, because it's all about being in that moment, going back to that moment and being there again.
That's true. And I'm glad you actually mentioned that, because I was under the misimpression, and you can actually explain it to everybody so I don't get this wrong. I thought that these, like yours, for example, another company, I thought they were franchises and you just like bought a photo booth and it was part of a franchise, but it's your, like everything is you and you,
Yeah.
right?
I did buy my photo booth from a company. It's called Photo Booth Supply Co. And the reason I chose them, yes, it was more expensive for the photo booth, but you buy a package. First, you're getting a photo booth that was designed by photo booth people. They've run photo booth businesses, and so they know what a photo booth should have. And so they designed the photo booths for that. The package that I got also came with a free year subscription to their proprietary software, which is amazing. It also comes with constant marketing tools, consistent marketing tools, as well as coaching. So you're assigned a coach. And I need to set up another meeting with mine, because it's been a little while. I want to touch base on a few things having to do with marketing and whatnot, because that's actually very difficult for me. Marketing is not my forte, but I'm having to learn it in crash courses. But they're there to help you say, okay, this didn't work. Let's try this. And if that doesn't work, okay, let's try that. What worked out of it? What didn't work out of it? So they kind of coach you through your business. They're not saying you must do this and this will happen. They're saying, let's do this. Let's see how it works. What doesn't work. And so as long as you're staying in touch with your coach, then they're going to help you build your business. And I thought that was really amazing, because it's kind of an all-encompassing company that they started to sell the photo booths. And they just recently created a 360 photo booth that they just released. And it's on my wish list. Sometime in the future, I definitely want to get a 360 booth. I'm not there yet. But I'm right now it's only been about 4 or 5 months since I got the photo booth. So I'm really in the building stage. And I have to keep reminding myself, because I'll get discouraged. I'm like, oh, I'm not getting jobs. What's going on? Well, part of it is I need to go back to my coach, talk to her, talk over what we've tried and haven't tried. And the other part is just remembering that this takes time. The networking takes time. You're going to get 1,000 no's for every yes. And so it's just working through those no's until you get to those yeses. And the more you work through it, the more those yeses are going to come as you build it up.
Yeah, you know what? That is true. And that's a good point for any business. The networking does take time. But what's funny is, I'm sure you mentioned this before, but I had no idea it was only 4 or 5 months, because I met you a couple months ago at a networking event.
Yes.
And had I not, I may not have even thought of doing a photo booth at my anniversary party. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I actually saw it. I saw how fun it was. I saw the results. I mean, I put it on Facebook too, like that day, like, look at me, like with the sunglasses. Yeah, but yeah, you go to an event and like you, Catherine, never know who's going to be there that might, come to my event and like participate in the photo booth and then, get a gig from there. Like you never know. So
yeah. And that's really where a lot of, it's my networking that has gotten me so far. All of my gigs that I've had has been through networking, with one exception. I happened to make a comment for the Diocese of Arlington. They were having a big, huge event and festival at the Warren County Fairgrounds. And I just made a comment. I said, hey, I'm a diocesan member. I have a photo booth. Here's my website. Let me know if you'd be interested in hiring me. And then a couple weeks later, they reached out. I was like, oh my gosh, that actually worked.
Yeah.
So have I now put probably 100 comments like that under other events? Yes. Have I heard back from them? Sometimes they're usually like, oh, can you do it for free? And I've done quite a few for free, trying to build up that network system. But there does come a point you have to say, I'm sorry, I can't do more free events. I have to actually start bringing in some kind of money for this. And that makes it harder, because that's what you start getting a lot of no's. With it free, I could be staying busy all the time.
Well,
but that doesn't unfortunately work all the time. So at some point, that's really hard for me, because I'm a people pleaser. So I want to be able to say, yeah, let's do it for free. But then I realize, this takes a lot of work. And so I have to be
Yes.
careful.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it's like people coming to me, and I've done some pro bono things for people before, but it's your business. You need to pay your bills. So
Yeah, you can't consistently be doing it.
yeah.
Like, and so, I mean, it's not saying that I won't ever do something for free again. No, I will. I will. Absolutely will if the right situation presents itself. Um, then, yeah, I always consider, I always look at the situation and see, is it something that I can do?
Mhm.
And
Well, but also,
not,
I mean, there's other work like you and I had talked about that goes in on the back end. Like I want a kind of a custom design. I want the background, like where it says after hours at Turning Leaf Realty. Like I want my Humbrecht Law 10 years at Sinistral,
yeah.
somewhere up there. And that, that takes time. That's not just like click, and it's done. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you made that. So I think we both used Canva. I used Canva for my designing. I think you used Canva for your postcards that you made
Mhm.
for the event. And how long were you on Canva?
Oh my God. Oh my God, Catherine, never again. Never again. I'm going to pay somebody to do it.
Becomes,
Yeah.
But I've got a redesign that I have to do for Saturday coming up. And I have to sit down and be like, okay, it's really simple what they're asking for. It's not going to take that long. But I spent so long teaching myself Canva outside of events that I'm no longer spending 4 or 5 hours on Canva. I've got it down to probably a couple of hours. But then you think, okay, how much are you charging for design?
Right.
And I've really, with my packages that I have there, I've really condensed the prices down quite a lot. So can I do a custom package? Absolutely guarantee you it's going to cost more.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Guarantee it's going to cost more than one of my packages that we can just tweak to what you want. And so that's and this is something else that I think people don't understand with the packages. Just because you're having a wedding doesn't mean you have to order a wedding package.
Right.
You can get it out of the social, you can get it out of the corporate. I separate those out because people like to have columns kind of that they can go to, section it out, make it easy for me. You can request any of it. It doesn't matter what your event is. All the packages are there for you to choose from.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, and these are my lovely backgrounds.
Oh, I was just clicking around trying to find the pricing. But yeah, these are all the different backgrounds you can do. I like. I love the Christmas one. Oh, that's so
cute.
Isn't
that cute? I used that recently at the Christmas in July in Front Royal. I had that there. That was one of those events. It was actually vendor pay. And I was like, I don't even have the $25 to pay it. And the person in charge was like, just come, set it up. So I set my tip bucket out there and I'm like, it's free. If you want to give a tip, you can. You don't have to, because I know the tipping culture has gone out of this world. Yeah. The prices would be under the different categories. So like social, wedding, and corporate. So the prices are in those areas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And like I said, I do custom packaging. It's going to be cheaper using one of my packages.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Like the Elite, and it says how many hours and what you get. The custom overlay, custom template, which, as we just discussed, takes time. A custom screen. Oh, so that requires you to bring something that you don't already have. The boomerang. Oh, which I want you to describe to everybody in a second. And then different the filter. Yeah, I mean you get so it.
Yeah, there's a lot
here that shows you everything you get with the different packages. Yeah.
Right. There's a lot that you can do with it, and I think people think it's like, oh, it's just no. There's a lot of designing, customization, the different screens. Like you're going to have a customized start screen. You're going to have a customized menu screen. You're going to have a customized overlay on your template, a customized template. You're going to have all this customization on Friday for your event. And as you said, that's the back end work that takes time. And then if you want a green screen, then it's creating those green screen backgrounds that you can choose from. And that's the really fun thing with the green screen. You can have multiple backgrounds. I'm doing a homecoming event in October for a local school. And there's a lot going on at this. And so they chose green screen. And I think we're up to 4 or 5 different green screens that we're going to be designing for them. And it's really fun because then the person can choose the screen that they want. Just don't show up in lime green or you're just going to be a floating.
You look like a floating head.
You really do. I had to laugh. I think I put it up here with the luau pictures. If you scroll back up a little bit and you see the luau picnic, I think there was one lady who had this beautiful green dress on. Yes, it is on the one on the far left. If you look closely at her dress, it perfectly matches the background. But it's like it gave her a brand new dress because she was wearing a lime green dress.
Oh.
But it looks cool, you know? I was like, oh my gosh, we're both looking at it. I'm like, oh yeah, you disappeared. But it so perfectly molded it to the dress that it looked like she just managed to match the background perfectly with her dress. It was really kind of funny.
Oh, that is funny.
Yeah, so that's what will happen with the green screen if you wear a lime green.
Yeah, so be careful with the green. Be careful with the green screens.
Yeah, you'll just.
So, I wanted to say something which I forgot to say earlier. Anybody that's watching, feel free to type your comments or questions in the chat while I have Catherine here.
Yes, please.
And we will answer them because I thought of so many questions, and I always do this because I talk too much. I'm sorry, Catherine. We've already been on for 26 minutes. But can you explain to everybody the boomerang? And then and then my next question before I forget. Explain to everybody why this is different or better than or a good addition to a traditional photographer at an event. Okay, boomerang, go.
All right, boomerang. I call it the 4-second dance party. And basically what that is, and I always set it for the longest I can. You can set it anywhere from 1 second to 4 seconds, but let's face it, 1 second of movement. So I set it for 4 seconds. And what you're doing is a constant movement. I always say, let's dance, let's get those arms going. Yeah, you know, give you the silliness and all the faces and everything. And for 4 seconds, it records it. And then it plays it back and forth on a loop. And it just plays it. I love it. A friend of mine, I was having her and her kids test out my first green screen background. And so I literally set it all up at her house. I'm like, just help me out here so I can troubleshoot here and not at the event. Yeah. And so her kids were trying the photo with their twins, teenage twins. And in the first one they did, they start dancing. It's a brother and sister. And the sister just pushes her brother out of this frame so that she's got the whole frame to herself, you know? And so when we're watching it, you see him get pushed out, and then all of a sudden, boom, he comes back in, and then he's out and in. And I think we were laughing and watching that for like easily a couple of minutes straight, 4 seconds, just going back and forth. And it's so funny because people are a little bit hesitant to try the boomerang. But once they do, they're like, oh, no, we have to redo that. That's so funny. Oh, my gosh. And they're laughing so hysterically. It takes them 3 or 4 times redoing the boomerang to get what they want because they're having so much fun with it and seeing all the ridiculous things that they're doing during it. So the boomerang is such a fun option to have with your photo booth. And we will be having the boomerang Friday night.
I didn't even know I was having a boomerang. Thank you.
Well, happy anniversary. I was like, okay, what can I do for her? What can I add in here? So yes, we got the boomerang Friday night.
Awesome. So if nothing else would entice you guys to come to my party, me, the food, the beer, the wine, the food, come for the dance party.
For the 4-second dance parties. Show your moves.
When you told me that people were hesitant to do it, I was like, yeah, because I was just going to demonstrate it here on my live video. And I'm like, nope, not going to do it.
As I'm sitting here going, yeah, let's go down.
Well, you're the photo booth person. You kind of have to.
That is the funny thing. I have to laugh a little bit because, again, the homecoming that I'm doing was for the college that I first came out to when I came to Virginia. And when I was there, I was very much the shy, quiet person. Can I still be shy and quiet? Absolutely, I can. In fact, that's the most relaxing thing for me. I am very much an introvert who knows how to be an extrovert for work. And I was laughing. I'm like, you know, I'm going to be at this homecoming thing with people who haven't seen me in years. Not only have I not aged, apparently, but I'm going to scare them a little bit because I'm not going to be the quiet, shy Catherine. They all remember me. I'm going to be the get your butt in the photo booth. Come on, let's go. Let's do this. And just having fun with them. So I'm
warning to everybody that comes to Sinistral, you will be pulled into the photo booth.
I have absolutely no problem. If nobody's coming up, I get annoyed. I'm like, all right, that's it. And I'll just start walking around. You want to try the photo booth? Come on, let's go try the photo booth. It's so much fun. You're going to love it. You know?
I can't remember at that event that I met you at. Did I just come up to the photo booth, or did you have to pull me? I think I just went up to it.
I think you just went up to it. And that's the really cool thing about the women in business is I would say about half of them were like, let's try this out. And I think I might have invited a few people up, but for the most part, people were either pulling people towards it or they themselves were going towards it. Like, I know you were pulling people towards it. Leah was pulling people towards it. And that makes it really fun when you get other people who are there being like, no, let's try. That was my most favorite thing at my first event with the Arc of Warren County. Much older lady. I don't know if she's in her 80s or 90s, but that was the impression I had. And she was asking me questions. She's a little hesitant. So I'm showing her how it works. And I'm explaining the boomerangs. And she was so funny because she tried it out. She's like, this is so cool. Oh, I love this. This is so wonderful. And she kept pulling people back to take pictures with her. And I was like, you got to try the boomerang. You've been doing this all night. You got to try the boomerang. And I did. Somewhere on my galleries, it's a boomerang of this lady doing her little dance, and I was just like, yes, I love it. And so it really is for people of all ages, all backgrounds. It doesn't matter. This is the great thing, is having fun, smiling and laughing. That's universal. Everybody loves it.
It did make me smile. Oh my God, I look ridiculous. I'm bypassing the picture. I don't know why I show that to everybody.
Because it's so much fun.
I don't see an old lady doing a little dance.
No, I didn't put it up there. I didn't put any of the boomerangs up there. And I just kind of I had to laugh because the middle picture from the Arc of Warren County, this woman is so beautiful. She looks so gorgeous. And right there, yeah. I was like, I asked her, I was like, can I like use you on my website, please? And
very cute picture.
She was like, sure. And I had so much fun with it. And trying to pick favorite pictures to put up on the website is really hard because you want to showcase what the photo booth can do, but you also want to showcase the fun that people have. And so the fun definitely is a lot. There's a lot of fun that goes on.
So I did not even know that I made it to the gallery on the website. The last time that I met with Catherine, she showed me a printout of her gallery, and I said, "Is that me? How did I get on there?" So I'm happy that I made it to one of the fun people on the gallery.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the crazy thing is I don't think I've had someone who wasn't fun come into the photo booth. And if somebody doesn't want to, like, I'll ask, but you can usually get a read if someone really, it's not their thing, or if they're shy. And if I get that feeling that, okay, it's really not their thing, I'm not going to push them. Yeah. I'm not going to push them. And they may eventually come up and try it with somebody, or a family member may be like, come on, I really want a picture with you. And we do the nice, sweet pictures, the hugs, the smiles, things like that. And that's so fun too, because you're still creating that memory.
Yeah. So that leads me to my question about the photographer.
Right.
Are you finding that people are using photo booths more in lieu of photographers or in addition to them? I would think it's a more cost-effective option as opposed to a photographer, but you tell me, I don't know.
I feel like it can be it depends on the event. So actually a lot of photographers and a lot of DJs are adding photo booths to what they offer as a vendor. Because I do that extra step. I make sure that there is an attendant with my photo booth all the time. One, it's protecting my investment. And two, it helps you get the most out of it. And you're not sitting there going, what is this? What is that? Or missing different things that you can do it. Because I will sit there and be like, do you want this, 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 and this? We have this option, this option. I think this will be great. And so I'll start suggesting things to people. But yes, photographers and DJs are adding photo booths as part of the things that they offer. Not all of them. I think it is something that goes at a bigger event wonderfully hand in hand. And that is one, it helps people put their cell phones down. So they're not walking around and doing the awkward selfie thing, or one person's left out of the picture because they're taking the picture, that kind of thing, or they got to chase down the photographer and say, hey, I want this particular picture with this person. They don't have to do that. They can just go over to the photo booth with whoever they want a picture with, take that picture. Everybody that they want in the picture is in the picture. You're not asking somebody, can you take my picture, and handing your phone over to somebody. So I think in the bigger events, definitely, it goes hand in hand with regular photography. If you've got just a really small event, so like the Arc, the picnic, with the Arc of Warren County, the Luau, I know people were taking pictures with their own phones and those will get passed around.
Mhm.
But we had the photo booth for an hour. And this is my second event with them. They want me to come back to do their big gala in the spring, and I really can't wait for that one. But this one got all the formal pictures that they wanted, all the silly pictures, the group pictures and everything. Because one, it kind of calls you over to it. We had a green screen. So you had this lime green screen back there in the back of the picnic area. And I think that they do work hand in hand. If you're at something small like the picnic, I think the photo booth is fun to have because then you're not worrying about who's taking pictures. How are we going to share these pictures with everybody? Just put it on the live gallery, have the photo booth, and then you've got those pictures there that you can share.
It's interesting. Well, I mean, it made me think it's interesting that, you don't have to worry about who's taking the picture and someone being left out. I never thought about that before. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, well, as you see from my Facebook, I take a lot of pictures,
Yeah.
but sometimes people are in my pictures that I'm not friends with on Facebook or whatever, and I don't have any way of sharing it with them. I don't have everybody's cell phone number and everybody's contact. So yeah, I didn't even think about that. That way everybody has all of the pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can text it to yourself, and when you're done, the next person can text it to themselves. It's not like a one and done.
Right.
And then let's say it's like, oh, I forgot to text it. I don't want to take another picture, but I do want this picture. What I can do there is I can get out of one part of the software, and get into the live gallery right there, pull up the picture that they want, and then they can text it right away. And then I go back into the other part of the software.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull up the gallery, which is on my phone. So how do I find it in my text, Catherine? Really quick. How do I find it?
It'll be like a numbered text that is sent to you. And when you open it up, it'll say, here's your photo booth picture. And there will be a link.
Tell me what the date was, because
wow.
What was the date of that event?
At least a couple of months ago, because we had one, and then it was either 2 or 3 months ago. I want to say 2 months ago. I think it was 2 months ago. But it's fun because with the live gallery, like I said, everybody who has something sent to them is going to have all of the pictures. So they can go back and see everybody's silliness, their silliness, share it out. And the person who is running the event then also has all of those pictures that they can then put out on their social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever that you're using. You can put it out there immediately. And like I said, it's really great for marketing. You don't have to really put too much out there depending on how you customize the overlay on your template.
It is true.
Yeah.
I found the text. I want to share everybody. So on my phone, there's my picture, and you click on view all 57 captures.
Right.
So here are all of the pictures from the event. Oh, hey, there's the boomerang. Is that the boomerang that you were talking about?
Where they're dancing back and forth?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a couple good ones there. Yes.
That's so funny. I didn't even know that was there. This was a very spur of the moment thing for me to look up. But see, this is the photo gallery that she was talking about. Like, I have access to all these pictures of all these people. Like, if this was my event, and I didn't get pictures with them, how cool is this?
Well, and the other thing too, so let's say you take the 3 pictures on the 3-picture template.
Here's
and
another.
You're like, oh, I like the middle one, but I don't like the other 2. Yes, I'll let it go because it's silly. But the middle one, I got serious, and I really like how I look. You can go into the live gallery, and once you find your pictures, it has the template with the 3 pictures up there. But then it also has each picture individually from those 3 pictures. So you can go into the live gallery, find that middle picture by itself, and just send that one picture that you really, really like how you look at it or something, and send that to yourself. And then you don't have all 3 pictures. You can just have the single picture.
So for example, in this middle picture here, if I didn't like I have my arrow over, like you guys can see it, like the one where I'm flexing my muscles. If I don't like that one, I can just select the first one with Sarah where we have our sunglasses on. And then I don't have to,
it's not inside the so it'll give you the template pictures, and then it'll take each one individually. So you'll have 3 pictures, the 2 individuals plus the template picture with 2 pictures on it. So you won't have the template above it, but it'll just be a single.
Right. But that's really cool. Like, I didn't even know about all this. I'm finding out a lot of information for my party for Friday.
Yeah, there's a ton that you can do with it, and it's often quite a lot of information dump. So I find myself a lot repeating and just saying, hey, you can do this. Don't forget, you can do this. If I see the same person, as like, is that your phone number or someone else's? You don't have to send it to yourself again. You have this link, just go to that link. You know, I mean, if you want to send it to yourself each time, go for it. That's fine. Then you don't have to, dig through the gallery or whatever. But
so just to be clear, so for my party, for example,
right.
anybody that takes a picture in the photo booth, like I could just access all that. Anybody that takes a picture in the photo booth has access to all of the pictures.
Yes.
Gallery.
Yeah. You have a live gallery on your package. Yes.
Okay, cool. So that comes with different packages. So sometimes the people who are just attendees of the event can access all the pictures. Sometimes it's just the event.
Yeah, it's just how, like, if you were to say, I don't want the live gallery, I would turn that off. And then at the end of the event, probably by the next day at the latest, I would email you the link to the gallery. And then you're the person, because you're the person with that specialized link. You're the person who can go into it.
Okay.
And then anybody you give that link to can go into it.
This is really cool because obviously I didn't organize this event at Turning Leaf Realty Group, but I have access to all the pictures and I love it. Yeah. Like, it's so cool. So like they're going to be, well, I think I'm way more excited about this than other people at my party, but I love the fact that I can like see all the pictures and then even if it's not my party.
But you can go back and you can see, oh my gosh, I remember that person was there. Oh, that's the person. What's their name? Here's the face. Here's the face. This is what they look like. What's their name?
Yeah, that's true.
They run this business, and it's great. I actually did get another from Women in Business. I have another job coming up, a wonderful opening for I think it's Rebel Heart Beauty Company. They're having September 21st. They're having their grand opening for their business in Front Royal, Virginia, right off Main Street. And the photo booth will be there.
Well, that's pretty cool. So what are your most common types of events that you go to?
I mean, at first it seemed like gala heaven for me. It's quite a variety. Lots of town events. I've done several of those at Christmas in July. I was just a little bit too late to do the wine festival, and I had another event that day for a graduation party. But the Christmas in July, the Family Fun Day in Front Royal. I really wish I could do Festival of Leaves, but I'll be out of town when they're having that one, unless we're able to set it up where I could pay an associate to do the photo booth for me. That would be amazing. But it's really kind of been a combination. Honestly, I've got homecoming, I've got business openings, I've got the bridal show that I went to. I have another big one I'm going to in November in DC. And that's what I love about it, is it's very flexible. Like, a photo booth fits everywhere.
So I'm glad that reminds me of a question I wanted to ask earlier but forgot. So for people who don't know and have not physically seen your photo booth, like, how big is it? How much space does it take up?
So if you have a background, I'm going to say give me an 8x8 space, because the pillow top backgrounds, like that big green and blue and marbled ones you saw, those are about 8 feet, roughly. And the photo booth itself is a stand that's shorter than me. And actually I can show it to you. So if you go to the main page, the home page, and I'm pretty sure the photo booth is shown in, at least scroll down just a little bit.
Oh,
right there. That's the photo booth right there.
Oh, okay.
So what it has it has one of the higher end iPads that it uses, and the camera on those are really, really good. Plus it has the software that the salsa booth, that's what that's called, is a salsa booth from Photo Booth Supply Company, has their I can't say it, their own software, proprietary software. That was the word I was trying to get out. And it works with your camera, so you can adjust things that you need to adjust on your cameras. But it's very small. So like for your event, we're going to be using the pub itself for the background. It does not take up that much space. And then you want to have about 3-4 feet between the booth and the background, because it's really meant for like middle of your chest up kind of pictures, or close-up pictures. That's what it's really meant for.
Right. Not full. Yeah.
Yeah. Have I seen other photo booth owners do a full length? Yes. You really got to play with the camera settings on those and make sure that they're adjusted properly. And then have to readjust for anything that's close up, because you're changing your focal points and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of want to decide, what do I want to use it for?
So are there any events that you would not go to? Like, well, I guess another question, do you ever go to people's houses? Like if people have big parties, like Halloween parties, Christmas, well, I know you just started, but like, would you do Halloween parties, Christmas parties, that type of thing?
I mean, I think, yes, absolutely. I would. If it's in an area that feels unsafe to me, I mean, the one thing, a major priority is my safety. And this is something that I actually learned when I was working in blind rehab, because I'd have to go to my clients' homes. I worked what they call field work. And it was called itinerant. Although I learned, don't use that word in Ireland. It has a completely different meaning. Just a random thought that jumped in my mind. So I was an itinerant worker, and I had to go to their homes. And one of the things they said is, I always tried to preview the areas that I was going to be meeting somebody in.
Yeah.
And you kind of get a feel. And if you don't feel safe, you don't go. And so that's something that I'm going to apply to this. And I'll be totally upfront with the person, be like, I'm sorry, I just don't feel safe in this neighborhood. Now, if we're indoors, sure, that's one thing. But if we're outdoors and I don't feel safe, for whatever reason it is, then I'll be totally honest, and I'll talk to them about it and see if we can work it out. But that would really, I mean, yeah, because the great thing is about this is it is possible to go to your home, backyard parties, in-house party, because as you can see, as you're going to see on Friday, especially if you're not using a big backdrop, if something is much smaller, it takes up such a small space.
Yeah.
When you're using it. And even if you are using a backdrop, if it's in a bigger house, not a problem. You can find the space as long as the ceiling is high enough.
Yeah.
Which I'm discovering, what looks like a really high ceiling to me is exactly 8 feet. I'm short. What looks really huge, my photo booth is like, nope, we can't put this screen up. It's not going to work. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely open to whatever situation, and I'm going to take each one at a time. But yeah, I'm definitely open to doing in-home parties.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. It's just another, option for people to think about, because
right.
I don't, I mean, I've seen them. I've seen photo booths a lot in the past few years at lawyer events, actually. So fancy events, also Christmas parties, a lot of Christmas parties, but I think people tend to do more things and have more props and spend more money on events like that. But I mean, you could do anything. Like you could, like my anniversary party, like,
yeah, birthday parties,
August,
family
yeah.
If you think of an event that you want to remember, we fit in. And that's one of the things I love about it, is because it catches all times in life. It doesn't have to be for a wedding. It can be an engagement party. It can be a bachelorette party. It can be a bridal shower, a baby shower. So many different things that it can be a part of. It can be end of the year party for your company. It can be a grand opening. It can be a sale that a company is having. I've seen photo booth people who've worked with furniture stores, and they're having some big sale or rebranding or something. And they'll bring the photo booth out for that. And they want to, just because they want to generate the traffic in a photo booth. It's fun.
Yeah. I've been using it to advertise my party. So someone just suggested to me a photo booth for trick-or-treaters so their parents can remember.
Oh, yeah, with all the trunk or treats that go on.
Yes, or the mall. Oh, the mall. Oh, you can make a lot of money off that. Oh, I get a cut of this money, Catherine.
All right, we'll go into business at Manassas Mall.
It'll be my fourth side hustle.
We'll find all the trunk or treats this year.
Oh my God, I'll totally do it too.
So yeah,
I'm getting too many ideas, Catherine, because I love hosting parties, and I do a Festivus party every year, but I don't know how we do it around Festivus, but I'll find a way to do it. You got to cut me off. I'm cut off. No more photo booths.
All right.
I'll do it every
brainstorming.
Sorry, what?
We'll do some brainstorming.
Yes, but I'm telling you right now, Festivus is December 23rd.
Oh, I might be at my parents'. We'll have to see.
Oh, well, have you seen Seinfeld?
I have.
I have an aluminum pole and I do an airing of grievances, and there's a piece of strength, and I give out donation cards to the Human Fund.
Oh my gosh. That sounds so much fun. Unfortunately, I promised my parents I would be home in Michigan for Christmas. So there's a good
You have to cancel that and do my festival party, Catherine.
We'll
No.
see what we work out. I think it really depends, honestly, where I find the cheapest plane tickets. I have flown home on Christmas Eve before because that was cheaper. So
I've
we'll
flown on Thanksgiving Eve before.
Yeah.
Never again.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, I've flown on many holidays. They are interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it works for just about anything you can think of, and you've just given me some great ideas for Halloween and all of that. Because there's trunk or treats that happen before Halloween, even.
Right,
And
yeah.
just to have those pictures of their kiddos, $5, we'll give you a digital picture of your kid.
Oh, that's a good idea. Or whatever the venue is could pay you, and it could be just a service to the parents, and maybe
if they wanted to do that. Yeah.
Either way
It works out. But yeah, there's lots of options there.
Okay, I am so excited, and I'm so Catherine and I talked on the phone when I was driving back home to do this live, and I talked about all the things I was worried about for my party. Now I'm just obsessed with the photo booth. I'm like, there'll be food, balloons will arrive on their own.
You've got beer, you've got food, you've got you, and you've got the photo booth. What more do you need? You got it all. Come on down to this party, guys. It'll be so much fun.
Yes. And I should have had Stacy and Blaine on, but Sinistral this Friday at 4 p.m. from 4 to 7, and it's first Friday, so I'm sure the party will be going on. There will be a fantastic photo booth with boomerangs, apparently, and customization, and everybody can have access to all the crazy pictures. And Blaine Perry from Sinistral is nice enough to donate a keg of beer, so there will be beer until it runs out, and there will be food and a cake. Oh, and I'm going to have these little custom sugar cookies that are get out of jail free cards.
Nice. I love it. This is going to be so much fun on Friday night. We are going to have
I'm so excited. I was an hour ago, I was super stressed, remember?
Yep. See, all you got to do, focus on the good. Focus on what makes you smile, and that's going to pull you up. Make sure you smile and laugh about something every day. This is advice I got when I was a freshman in college and so homesick. All I could do was cry. And I had a very dear friend who's my English professor. He's since passed away, but he is still one of my closest friends. His wife and family are my family. And his advice has gotten me through the past 20 plus, too many years to mention, since I was 18. And basically is you find one thing to smile about, one thing to laugh about every day. The frustration, the sadness, the anxiety, it can't stick around. So what have you been doing this whole time? We have been laughing. We have been looking forward to things. Get those endorphins rolling up. And let me tell you, once you're in that photo booth, your endorphins will be going up and you will be so excited. Add a lovely beer to it and some food and company and just the whole vibe. And you're going to have so much fun on Friday night.
So the backdrop that we're going to have matches my postcards that everybody has seen ad nauseum on Facebook.
That'll be the template. That'll be the overlay.
Okay. I'm sorry if I wasn't clear, but yeah, the background. And it also matches the cake that I was able to custom design because I went to the store buying food and I was just going to buy a cake and have them write on it. And then I saw a sign for custom cakes and I was like, well, there's another 25 minutes delayed to my day because I'm talking and laughing with the lady behind the counter. And so my cake is going to match the template. Which is going to match.
We have a theme.
And I'm going to have black and gold balloons if I have time to go to the dollar store.
There you go. Never know.
All right. Before I go down ridiculous other tangents, is there anything else that, and by the way, after the party, I'm going to be blasting the crap out of all of these photos all over Facebook.
I will be there with business cards. So if you guys have events coming up and you want to talk to me, I don't mind talking shop at all. Not at all.
So I will be posting the photos again ad nauseum after the event, and I will be advertising for Blaine and Stacy Perry at Sinistral because they were nice enough to host me and accommodate me on First Friday. It was very nice of them to do that. So I want to give them shout out as well, and I appreciate all of their help and support over the years. That's very good venue, good place, good people, nice venue to have events. Right. So yeah, everything is coming together beautifully. So anyway, I asked you a question and I just kept talking. So is there anything else that you want to tell everybody before we end? Because we'll post all the pictures after, but anything else you want to leave us all with?
I just encourage you, look at my website, www.int in the MPB. Yes, I've got to stop and think about the initials too, because in my head it's always in the moment.
I put it here in the comments.
Yeah, itmpb.com. Come and check it out. Give me a call. Free consultations over the phone. Don't worry about that. I'm pretty relaxed when it comes to that. I just want to make your event amazing and fun, and I want to see those smiles on your faces and see the fun that you're having, and just make sure you have those memories to remember. So get in touch with me, local entrepreneur here, and just wanting to have fun and make people smile. That's my goal.
That's a great way to end, make people smile. So,
and I'm pretty impressed. My dog has not tried to jump up on my lap once. He's looking very forlorn right now on the floor.
Well, he must know you're working because you're laughing.
I mean, usually he's like, pay attention to me. You're on the phone. I don't want you on the phone. But he's been such a good boy. So I'm very happy about that.
Well, thank you, Catherine. I'm going to tell you before I sign off, you once I end the live, you and I will still be here so we can chat for a second.
Okay.
For 20,000. But thank you so much for your time. And I learned so many things about my event on Friday. I didn't know I was going to have the boomerang. And maybe I'll do the boomerang right at 4 before anyone else gets there and sees it. But then
you'll have fun. You'll be going up there with your friends and doing the boomerang together. I bet you anything. But thank you so much for having me on here. Thank you for letting me talk about my business and get it out there. And thank you for the Halloween idea. I love that.
I can't take credit for the idea. It was not mine. Someone texted it to me.
There we go. Well, thank you, friend of Jean, for texting her that, because I love that idea. I'll have to see if I can work that out at the end of October, get something going on.
But the idea is that the possibilities are endless.
They really are. They really, really are. And I'm hoping, and having things like this really kind of gives me that push to keep going, keep moving. Don't get discouraged when I have these conversations and I get these new ideas. Because when you're trying to start something up on your own, yes, I have friends who are amazing and supportive, but you need those pushes coming at you saying, oh, try this. Have you tried this? And if it's something new that you haven't tried, you're like, yes, a new direction. I'm good. So thank you for having me on. I really appreciate that so much.
Of course. Thank you for taking the time. Oh my gosh, we've been talking and laughing for so long. Thank you for taking the time to talk. And thank you everybody for tuning in and watching and for the suggestions and questions. So I will see you all. Oh, what's my next live? My next live is the first Wednesday of August, whatever day that is, August 7th with Tavan Mayor from Connected Communities. So, Catherine, you probably know him.
I feel
he's not Winchester. Yeah.
I feel like I've heard the name. I don't think I've met him.
Okay. He's good people. Oh, you know what? I should connect you guys. I think he might be a good connection for you for pictures. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking. Thank you, everybody. I think this was the most I laughed of any live. So, but thank you.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again sometime.
We should. We'll do a recap after the event. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. So guys, I'm leaving. Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.